In previous session, we started to consider competition policy with few firms. And there are two main types of firms we can mark out for ourselves. When companies collude to set high prices, this action is punished by regulatory agencies and not allowed by the state. And the next one is when several firms want to create a merger or acquisition in order to become a big firm, which is legal and approved by government. Anti-monopoly regulations from the side of special agencies are not only against the monopoly creations, but also it extends on the groups of firms acting together to monopolize the market. For instance, companies could come together to set a price or output level by that way they want to provide themselves with maximum profit. In USA, there is used the Sherman Antitrust Act, which regulates such issues. Okay, short story from real life. Many years ago, CEO of American Airlines, Robert Crandall, offered his counterpart from Braniff Airlines to jointly increase their price for 20%. CEO of Braniff Airlines stopped the conversation and the offer was failed as he didn't know the Sherman Act very well. That Crandall's action couldn't be recognized as a violation according to the Act, and the reason is that there was no price fixing in fact. Usually such an agreement occurs in tacit or in other words silent firm. For example, one firm change by raising the price and look at others whether they will follow him or not. Such behavior of companies make the process antitrust authorities in determining price fixing action very difficult. All countries have such laws and agencies in order to prevent this type of collusion. And the next type of collusion is called bid rigging. Imagine that there is a few sellers of dairy products in some X region of Kazakhstan. Local schools are deciding to organize an auction of supplies of dairy products, and for each district there is planned a different auction, meaning that several dairy firms provide dairy products to different district auctions. We can think that by that way all firms compete with each other, and as a result they end with lowest price for their product. But it is not the thing they really want to achieve. They can come to decision of dividing the districts between the firms and get the highest outcome. For instance, if there are 3 firms, they can agree to share 3 districts as one for each. And they do it by charging high price in the districts where they don't want to win the auction, in order to let the other firm get this profit as they jointly agreed earlier. Okay, we're finished with illegal collusion, and now we're ready to consider legal cooperation, which we can call mergers and acquisitions. Suppose that Apple Computer and Microsoft Corporation decided to create a merger. The owners of these big corporations discussed the benefits of customers that would get after merger. They could get the best operating system by decreasing research costs, as there would be no duplications. Also, they could save money on advertising that would be more cheaper for customers to buy. All of this make Jobs and Gates to be sure that by merger they can get new products with lowest cost of production, distribution and promotion. Even if the merger could be organized in legal way, the Department of Justice could decide not to approve an Apple-Microsoft merger. The reason is that they will make their own studies of the costs and benefits of merger. Being beneficial for both seller and buyer, it could be undesirable for computer operating system market as a whole by lowering competitiveness level of companies. One more act used in merging cases is Clayton Act. This act is taken as a rule the authorities approve the mergers and acquisitions of larger companies. By this act, there are consider two general points, like the effect of the merger on efficiency and the effect of merger on market power. By the cost efficiency, we mean that merger gives firms possibility to reduce costs of production, as there is also noted in the Act. Mergers give firms an ability to compete, which may result in lower price, improved quality, new products, and best service. What did we learn? So, as we discussed, companies have two different choices of jointing and making similar actions. If the first is legal one, when companies create mergers, acquisitions, then the next one is creating collusion, which is illegal and prohibited by the law. And by the way, in this session, we had only merging case. Also in acquisition, there is a process of adding one business into another. But here the dominant firm takes over the next firm, and the features of this type of process is different. Also, we understood that in order to succeed and act in a cooperation, companies should follow all the local rules set by regulatory agencies.